All right, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Super Metroid multi-category tournament. And tonight we've got a real treat. We've got some reverse boss order between 64-bit Link and Thorneto, or Thorneto, or Thorneto, depending on how you're feeling. While we've got a minute, I'm going to look up some RBO times for these runners. All right. So it looks like we should have the layout going here pretty soon. So Thorneto has a 1 hour 44-minute personal best, and Link has let me make sure I read this right. He has a 2 hour and 58-minute RBO. So he is going for the gutso here, and that was actually his choice. Thorneto had the first veto and vetoed GT Classic, and Link said he was going full YOLO and he wanted to veto all bosses. So we are blessed with an RBO race on our hands, and good luck to both runners. This should be a lot of fun to watch these guys duke it out in an extremely volatile category. Yeah, no, I'm not. I know Link. It's just, hey, it's RBO. It's not like I have a time. Okay. My internet's a little spotty tonight, so let's hope that it stays put and I'm not lagging too much. But it looks like we've got our you can't really do this boss fight last. You kind of have to do it to get off Stereo Station. All right, both runners taking care of Ridley to an extent, at least getting him to move on to the next portion of the game. Running back the way they came through Series Station, trying to avoid Steam RNG or at least navigate it in the last couple rooms. From what I can tell, we've got about a 7 to 8 second lead right now on the part of Thorneto. Yeah. I do have that wonderful Colorado accent where I don't say certain letters like T's in the middle of a word. All right, Thorneto unleashing the moonfall down the shaft. And Link falling down the traditional way, which is my preferred way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you don't say the T in mountain either. That's pretty cool, huh? All right. Thornado is the first of the morph ball. It's going to go over and grab some missiles, and then he does have an early choice, something that we saw Hero do in his race last night, where you go up the elevator and then you go kill some space pirates, and then you go back down the elevator and you can do the D boost to get the early E tank in the ceiling. Or you could skip it if that's something that you're into in RBO. There is a way to do like a double frame perfect with a 50% chance anyways wall jump, but Zinni's not in this race, so I don't think we're going to see that. And it looks like we are going to engage with some with some space pirates. And Thornado is going for it. He's not going to go back. I mean, we might see him go back there later through Green Hill Zone after he gets power bombs. But we'll have to see how that plays out later. So after the climb, once Thornado is finished, he's going to go fight Bomb Chorizo, which have been learning the setup for. And I also learned how to count when you fight him by watching Antinomy or Sephi. So basically, after you line up and you get him to jump back, there's if you can do 5 regular shots, and then like before he starts throwing orbs everywhere, and then grab some missiles and do 4 missiles, and then grab some more and do 3 more. Like if you can do it in this pattern that he does, and then you count it a certain way, and how you count it is you go 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, and that's how you count it if you ever watch Sephi. There's 1 1 1 1 1. See, and then he waits after the explosion and does 3 more ones. That's how you do it. That's how you do Bomb Chorizo, everybody. But a really nice fight from Thornado. And there we have Link. He went back down to get the E-Tank in the ceiling. So he's going to have like a little bit more energy early on. Thornado might have to go back and get that E-Tank later. We'll see. But he's going to go fight Bomb Chorizo as well. Do they get the I don't really know that. Honestly, I really don't know how you do RBO. Do they get the E-Tank or not the E-Tank, the power bombs in construction zone? Because then you could just go get it really easily then. But I don't really know if that's really routed that well. All right, 64-bit Link making his way down to Bomb Chorizo. He's going to go count the number 1 like 12 times. 11 times? $12. That's your American schools at work, folks. Thornado, 7 minutes in, has some early supers. Construction zone is behind Morph Ball, I think. Is that what you call that room? There's the power bomb pack between the side hoppers and Morph. Oh, and Link got the head to fall off of Bomb Chorizo, which is always fun. It does take a little more time, but it also establishes your dominance early in the match. All right, Thorneto on his way to grab charge. Link is currently in Terminator, shooting everything. Yeah, I would imagine that most of the fastest ones maybe don't get that. All right, Thorneto's going to make his way up the tippy top of Red Tower to go grab the Alpha Power Bombs. Gets the hero shot, it looks like, and gets up to the top first try. While Link mock balls in, and he's going to grab... Looks like he had enough missiles to go ahead and get this reserve tank before getting the early supers, which actually works out pretty well. Because if he has to go up there anyways to get those, at least now he doesn't have to do it twice after going back and opening that door. So my stream's a little choppy, so I'm not sure if that was planned or not. But we can give it up for Link for doing it anyways. All right, Thorneto's got his power bombs. He's gonna open that door at the bottom of the top of Red Tower. And gonna go grab this pack of power bombs. And then after that, you should see Thorneto make his way back down to Norfair, all the way at the bottom of Red Tower. Of course, Kraid having to be the last boss that is fought. All right, Link's got his farm beam, or I'm sorry, charge beam, not farm beam. He's bouncing down the green hill zone. Thorneto already at the bottom of Red Tower. Gonna go grab the Spazer beam. And it looks like Link is going to go down first. So probably first power bombs for Link are gonna be after Crocomire. And second alpha power bombs. Thorneto muscle memory not taking over and going to Kraid, so that's good. Ooh, SpeedGaming 4 is rated with a party of 35. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we have a 1-in-3 Swiss matchup between 64-bit Link and Thorneto, and they have selected RBO. Thorneto had first vetoed GT Classic, and Link vetoed any percent all bosses. So we've got a RBO match for you guys tonight. All right, high jump boots have been grabbed on Thorneto's side. Link is farming some bugs here at the back of Meridia. SpeedGaming Portuguese with the raid as well. Welcome. I should probably know how to say that in Portuguese. Bem-vinda, everybody. If you're just joining us tonight, that's the only other words I know in Portuguese are inappropriate for speed gaming, so we won't be going over that. Except for I do know the word for microwave, which is microonda, and don't worry about why. Yeah, that quick Google. I should know how to say that. My wife's from Brazil, so I should probably learn her language. All right, Link's killed that little Sova. Open the door so he's not stuck. He's gonna grab his high jump boots. And Thorneto starting off some hell runs through the first one and into Cathedral, no problems. Through the Cathedral without any issues from what I could see. Goes rolling along the bottom here. Is kind of low. He's going to pop his reserve. So if you run out of health in a heated room and you're taking heat damage, your reserves, you don't have any iframes to protect your the reserves, so they'll fill all the way up, and then as soon as they're done, they'll just like drop what you would have lost in that amount of time. Well, we met in America, Phoenix, so I mean, pretty much got all the keys to the kingdom to not learn it. No, it's because so we also, I mean, there are also people, Brazilian people or just people who speak Portuguese at our work. And one day we were waiting for one of our friends to come eat lunch with us, and they said that they would meet us at the microonda, and that was like the only word that I really picked up on. And I just asked my wife, does that mean microwave? And she said yes, and it's one of those things that's always stuck. So it's, yeah. Anyways, trust me, I know it's really silly. That's just how the brain works sometimes. You don't remember the important stuff. Oh no, it looks like Thorneto had a death. And I don't think Thorneto had a save. Oh, okay, we did. In what is this called? Bubble Mountain. So that's good. But that does give Link quite a bit of time to catch up here. So he's going to get to that farm spot, hopefully. In the end, I jinxed it. So it looks like he took a death too. Thorneto does have another tight window to get to this farm spot, but it looks like he's going to make it this time and start utilizing some bomb farming strategies. So I definitely imagine that we'll be seeing a double Meridia, if I had to guess. Get up there, Link. He's cutting it real close. Oh, not quite. He at least got the bugs, but didn't quite get the drops to appear. He's gonna get there though. Thorneto pumping away through the speed booster hallway. Grabs the speed booster. He's going to run like heck out of there. Ooh, gets a little skating in. All right. Link, you got this. Yeah, hoping I'm not too far behind Ghost Fox, because my internet's not been great tonight. All right, a little couple extra drops there. Thorneto before he heads to double chambers to get Wave Beam, which is also argued as one of the worst rooms in the game. And it is a real pain if you fall down on those first ones. Second ones are a little bit more manageable unless you hit the crumble blocks. But Link's grabbed Speed Booster, and he's now running out. Thorneto grabs the Wave Beam. And I think we might see Thorneto head toward Croc after that. But we'll see. I could be wrong about that. You could go for a Brinstar cleanup before going to Croc. I would think that you'd hit it while you were down here, though. Ooh, all right. 42 health for Thorneto on his way back into Bubble Mountain. So successfully getting through the back and forth through the double chamber room. Oh, and he barely makes it to that farm spot before. I think he had about 12 health left there. But of course, Wave Beam, just no gate glitch required to head on over to Croc. Yeah, and it looks like Link taking some extra safety, getting another save in before heading down to Wave Beam. That way, if anything unfortunate happens, not having to go and grab Speed Booster again is going to be a big help. But Link does have one more E-Tank than Thorneto did when Thorneto did this. Link also a participant in our randomizer league, which the Hell Runs are, the minimum is 4, or at least it was for the first season. If it got moved around, I'm not sure. I just mentally always did 4. Anyways. But he's able to grab Wave Beam and does have about 281 health left. Okay, 277. Does pop the reserve tank, just so it doesn't have to pause in the middle of running back to Bubble Mountain. Does take a spike hit there, so is going to have to hurry. 117 health left to get through this last room. Is not taking any chances. Does get hit by that floating orb and takes another death, so that saved his payoff at least. Meanwhile, Thorneto taking care of Crocmire, which you will see again. So if you missed your opportunity to get your favorite Croc emotes into chat, you can always do that later. Nice little bonk spark from Thorneto there. With high jump boots and Speed Booster, can just do a straight run and jump up to the second alpha power bombs. All right, Link back into the double chamber room. Takes a hit off of the Ripper, so doesn't take any damage from the spikes. All right. 276 this time for Link, which I think is one less than he had last time. All right. Thorneto has grabbed the grapple beam, so he's ready to head out of Norfair for now. Oh, barely misses the coolest mock ball in the game. Link not quite getting... Oh, Phoenix, Link's first E-Tank was, if that's what you're talking about, is... Oh, Anakin's Thorneto's first, he went up Red Tower and got a Powerbomb pack. And then got a second Powerbomb pack at the other pack that's in that Red Tower right above you. Whereas Link opted to go down for the first Powerbombs. All right, Thorneto is going to Hell Run out of the back of Croc. Yeah, Alpha Peeves and other power bombs, other spot. Side Hopper, Red Tower Side Hopper, I don't know. Beta, is that what they're called? I don't actually know if that's what they're called. I always thought Beta was actually the ones behind Croc, which I refer to as second Alpha Power Bombs. Those are the ones behind Croc. Okay. That works. All right. Oh, Thorneto grabbing Ice Beam before heading out here, and I suppose that's something that I just overlooked. Definitely going to be needing that in Meridia later. I've just always called them second Alpha Power Bombs because they could be Alpha Power Bombs if you go the other way. So that's why they're called that. All right, Thorneto makes it back with his Ice Beam. No problem. All right, Link has more energy than he had the other couple times. All right, there he goes. Link got out. Plenty of health that time. No problem. First try. Yeah, sequence breaking wave is really not that bad in this game. I'm sure there's a lot of people that did it without really thinking about it. And Link, with all that health coming out of Wave Beam, doesn't have to farm up on the bugs before he heads down to Crocomire. He can just take the Nutella refill here on the right. And Thorneto going back into Green Hill Zone. Well, I guess he's pretty much all the way through. Nope, and there he goes. So... let's see, Brinstar cleanup before going up there or opening the door and then gonna... I guess you don't really go up the elevator and back around. That wouldn't make sense. You don't go to Gauntlet in this, I don't think. Though maybe you do. If you're me, you do, because you need that extra tank. All right, last chance, at least in this race, everybody. Here's Crockemeyer. Link just shooting some shots and backing him up. And there is Thorneto grabbing that E-Tank in the ceiling that Link grabbed earlier. Link gets the quick refill off of the E-Tank behind Croc. It goes for, it looks like a wraparound there. Thorneto is going up. I guess he's going to grab the shaft supers here. I think that's one of the interesting parts for me with RBO is I think that there's a lot of you can probably work whatever you need to in. Like even if it's not something that you would do in a run, maybe you want to take the extra safety of grabbing something that somebody might not normally grab in this category as far as it being even just slightly more optimized. And Thorneto's gonna try and get these bouncing germs to cooperate with him. And there he goes, makes the germ bridge and uses the extra space to spark up those supers. As Link grabs Grapple Beam, Thorneto finds himself back into the parlor. And with high jump boots, which always does make this kind of interesting. And it looks like we're at least going to get some power bombs in the sky here. Or criteria power bombs, I guess they're probably more commonly referred to. And Link is going to grab some energy off these bugs before heading out and to pick up Ice Beam. It looks like we're just going to see some Gauntlet, regular Gauntlet. Yes, welcome, Ashter. More RBO. If you weren't here at the beginning, just to fill you back in, Link did grab the E-Tank in the ceiling before going to Bomb Chorizo. It had a little bit of trouble with Wave Beam, so that's really the time difference we're looking at. But vetoes, Thorneto had first veto and went with GT Classic. 64-bit Link decided to go for it and gave us some RBO by vetoing 80% all bosses. And Link does take a bit of a dip there. Takes the refill of the E-Tank. Ooh. Oh, and goes ahead and grabs a reset. All right, Thorneto coming out of the back of Gauntlet. Probably will work in Etacoons for another E-Tank and a pack of supers and another pack of power bombs. Yes. Yeah, well, let's not get too excited. I don't really know what you do in RBO, so besides the bosses in reverse order. Routing is completely beyond me. So, but I know that there are a lot of various routes depending on skill level too. Nice little moonfall by Thorneto. All right, Link busting out the intended strats to get through to the green gate. Using that grapple beam for what it's intended for. And makes his way back into the business center. Thorneto is going to go down to the Eticoons. Visit the furry little guys that teach you how to wall jump if you didn't figure it out already. Though really, if you're just like playing this for the first time, I don't even know, besides after you get X-ray, how you're just going to be like, maybe I should lay a power bomb here, go through the floor. But sure, I would like to think that you figured out how to wall jump before that. All right, Link is going to dip into the reserve here before heading back out with Ice Beam. Yeah, I suppose that's more likely at that point, because you are taught to just lay random bombs to find Kraid. All right, Thorneto's going to backdoor Spore Spawn for his super missiles. Yeah, I know. There's a gap on the floor. I still think, though, that you probably just figured out how to wall jump on your own before then. Maybe, I don't know. I suppose it depends on your level of video game intuition as well. And back in 1994, that was sort of more all over the place for some people. All right, Link's grabbing a refill. Shout out to Sloters. And Thorneo is getting the fast refill on the Wavegate E-Tank. Link is making his way back, reversing through Brinstar now. Thornado goes to grab the Waterway E-Tank. Looking to do a short charge on this upper platform and then sparking through the water. Which it's very rare for me to see somebody pick up an E-Tank there, actually, but though I have seen it more recently with Hundo being incorporated into this tournament. Link is on his way to grab the Shaft Supers. Shaft. shut your mouth. I don't know. All right, I'm back. Sorry, stream went down momentarily, but it looks like Link has grabbed the Shaft Super. And Thorneto's going to line up to blow up this pipe and keep the momentum to get a quick Main Street on the first go. Ooh, does just barely bonk on the edge of that top platform. So now we'll see probably some crab freezing in midair and fish jumping and all sorts of fun stuff to get through. So yeah, his setup here, gonna knock the crab off the wall with the super, freeze it in midair, freeze the fish, and use them both as platforms to get Main Street started. And after that, it's really more just of a series of platforms that you can jump to without doing things like that with the critters. Until you get to the top and you have to do it again to get past the speed missiles in Main Street. Oh, and takes a hit off that crab, gets knocked off the platform. Is going to have to go set up again. And being very careful with the amount of spazer shots being used, especially where Thorneto is right now, doesn't want to disrupt or explode the animals that he's using as platforms. But yep, gets that down grab onto the fish. And needs to use this last crab to make it all the way through Main Street. But gets it. So very nicely done. Main Street. And Thorneto is going to take care of that crab. Ooh, does fall, so might have to go freeze some crabs over here to get back on top of these platforms that he's looking at. Because he wants those crab supers. Oh, kind of waiting for that crab, knowing that he might get trolled there if he doesn't wait it out a little bit. But makes it into the crab super's hole. And is turning off high jump boots to allow a little bit more time to midair morph in the water, which in tighter spaces, depending on your skill level, is easier with high jump boots off. I don't know. You are asking the wrong person what the names of stuff is in this game. Because I will just make up names for stuff and go with it. And actually, Link is usually my person that tells me what the name of stuff, actual name of stuff is when I'm commentating if John's not around. Sizers. That's okay. Thank you. And Thorneto having a bit of a stumble. Ooh, okay. Doing a little down grab there to not have to jump back onto the other platform. Ooh, gets tagged by a French fry. But has made it to the Mama Turtle room to grab another E-Tank here. Oh. Yeah, and you have to be careful without a suit here when you first get to Mama Turtle because you can fall through. And no suits, I think Mama Turtle does 200 damage. Mama Turtle hurts when you don't have any suits. Very nice grapple swing. Link has conquered the Etikun pit to grab another pack of power bombs. Thorneto trying to squeeze under this platform instead of messing with that pink pirate. Oh. All right. And distracts the pirate just long enough to get past. And it's going to be leaving Meridia. And at this point, I think for Thorneto is going to be heading to Lower Norfair. And this is where it gets totally real for everybody. This is almost like when keeping it real goes wrong, is the RBO section where you have to go to Lower Norfair. You're just sitting there one day thinking, I'm gonna be cheeky and play Metroid in reverse boss order, and then when you get here, you just have to wonder why you've done what you've done. All right, Link has stolen Spore Spawn's super missiles. I believe we'll be heading down to Waterway next. Thorneto picking up some... Oh, just kidding. Wave Gate next. Thorneto farming some power bombs off the Frog Speedway. Gonna do a little bit of grapple farming. Get some missile refill. And now probably we'll take the Nutella refill for energy on the way to Lower Norfair. Complete the lava dive. And as we get ready for lava dive, are we refilling some more? Oh, saving. Okay, we're saving before we attempt lava dive. But anyways, before we get into the lava dive, while Link goes and grabs the Waterway E-Tank, I do want to take a moment to shout out to the sponsors of the multi-category tournament for Super Metroid. Those sponsors are Balls Guarana and Mega Cat Studios. Sponsors putting together a prize pool totaling $750 for the Super Metroid multi-category tournament. So thank you so much to the sponsors. While I know that this community is dedicated to doing tournaments for no money, it is incredible to see people willing to make everybody's passion just a little bit sweeter. And that's not talking about the sweet and delicious taste of Balls Guarana. That's also including the money that our runners could potentially win in the tournament. So Thorneto into the lava dive. The health ticks down a lot faster than it does when you're doing this in randomizer. So I'm not sure how runners keep their cool, but Thorneto getting through is going to go grab the save on the other side. Might be able to make the elevator before the reserve tank goes off. It does get down there with 6 health, but is going to need to basically immediately Crystal Flash after the refill or the reserve tank refill goes off. Gets the Crystal Flash and is now going to head to Golden Chorizo. And Link is getting ready to make his way into Meridia, about to go blow up the tube, and we'll see if he can get the fast entrance. Lined up, jumps, gets the early shot, morphs, I believe, to delay just slightly. Gets through the door, has to freeze the fish without killing it. Boom, and that's how you do the quick entry to Meridia. Just gonna need to jump up to that platform before the fish unfreezes. Oh no! All right, so we will see another crab freeze. Needs the fish to come over a little bit. If it goes off screen, it's kind of hard to manage, but decides to jump over it and freeze it while over. And Thorneto is got the screw attack. Gonna go grab a refill before facing off with Golden Chorizo. And Thorneto is going to be looking to hit that sweet spot between one of the pillars in the background of the game and where GT stands. And if you can get right in that spot, you can just shoot straight up at while kneeling, and Golden Chorizo doesn't hit you. And even when it grabs your supers, so the only problem with it grabbing your supers, obviously, is that you have to use more supers to kill Golden Chorizo, but can also shoot the orbs, and of course health and missile drops will come out. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and farm those with the grapple beam to collect everything. And there's also a mechanic in this fight where if you have like an abundance of missiles and you need supers, if you have too many missiles, you're less likely to get super drops. All right, has taken care of Golden Chorizo, picks up all of the drops in the room, and takes off with the super pack that was really the entire reason for going in there. And now you can do a spin jump out of this doorway with speed and high jump boots that makes it to where you don't need any other tricks like spring ball jumping or bomb jumping. All right, Link has made it beyond Main Street. Looks to be heading... Not sure where Link is headed. I didn't see if Link picked up the crab supers or not. But if not, is gonna need to go back around here. Bonks off that pink pirate. And I suppose if you're gonna go do that, I think that you might as well just go grab the Mama Turtle E-Tank now. And then you can freeze that fish and jump off of it. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. Try to avoid the french fries. All right, Thorneto filling back up the supers on the rippers. And is going to grab one more energy refill before heading deeper into Lower Norfair. Of course, at this point, the goal is to get to the Firefleet E-Tank. All right, Thorneto in worst room of the game. Called that for a pretty good reason. Especially when your health is continuously counting down to the heated rooms. And is going to need to go pretty quick in here to get out of the heated zone and into the Firefleets. Does have one reserve tank? Oh, does not make it off that platform, so we are going to see a reset there, unfortunately. So the GT fight's going to have to happen one more time. So opportunity for Link to make up a little bit of time here. is going to be freezing some crabs to go back to crab missiles, crab supers. Oh, and maybe headed towards whatever that area is called. The beach? The one with like the hidden floor where the super missile and the regular missile pack are. Watering hole? Yeah, I think that's actually it, and not the beach. Now, I believe that crab was somewhat needed here, so Link's gonna have to wait a bit. Watering hole? That sounds like something I could get behind. Definitely sounds like a name I could get behind. So Thorneto is gonna refill on some supers before heading into GT. Look to have a little bit more trouble with the green gate glitch. Excuse me, not glinch. It's not even a word. Is this beach? Okay, yeah. That's not bad. Usually I don't even know any of the names for the room or the surrounding area, so... It is now. Yeah, there you go. Alright, Thorneto is going to grab the screw attack, having full supers. Go and do a refill, and we'll see another Golden Chorizo fight on his side. Had a really good one the first time, so hopefully things go just as well again. Link grabs these supers in the watering hole, and now has to get out of this pit, and gets it. And now out of the water, can just freely move. And starts off with a couple charge shots for dumping supers into Golden Chorizo. What is Link up to here in the aqueduct? Gonna powerbomb the crabs. Looks to be grapple jumping. Is Link going to kill Botwoon? Interesting. I like it. All right, another successful Golden Chorizo fight for Thorneto. So now he's going to be taking the refill and getting the heck out of here. Fun, reliable. I like it. That's very true. But I think the best thing that you said is just not use it, because most of the time you find out things that aren't fun. Or I suppose that's what Phoenix said. It's not to use it. Alright, Link is setting up for a suitless Botwoon fight. Is a little bit low on health, so does need to be a little bit careful here. I think can... Okay. Gets health bombed, but that's okay. Is going to be able to grab the E-Tank and then head out of Meridia. So Thorneto goes for round 2 of worst room in the game. Really making good use of screw attack. Definitely going to get that power bomb drop. Now just needs to hit this wall jump. And has, I think, about 200 more health than Thorneto had last time through... what is this room called? Amphitheater, I think. Oh, but gets caught like right in that tiny spot between the platforms. Which is too bad. So, gonna go back to the save point at the top of Lower Norfair, the elevator. So Link taking more safety E-tanks, but could end up in the same area after all that. But is looking to get some quick farming. Just zapping these bugs in the sand. All right, second try green gate glitch from Thorneto. So we'll be refilling a little bit of power of super missiles here before fighting GT again. Link is making his way back through the aqueduct. Has to do this these grapple jumps again to be able to make his way out. And looks like he's got the rhythm there. Gets a little help from the snail. Probably didn't really need it. All right, Thorneto is back full of supers and is headed into the Golden Chorizo fight once again, as Link should be headed down toward Norfair now. And depending on how things continue from here, has potentially made up a lot of time. Maybe has a little bit more comfortable Lower Norfair really helps him out. Can you snail clip suitless? If I had to guess, I'd say no, but I'm sure someone can. Like, Cross Product sounds like a person that would do it. All right, Link's gonna turn off the high jump boots to make a little bit more space to mid-air morph, or mid-water morph. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, there you go. Just get the Shine Spark by crystal flashing in the elevator and you can do it. I'm assuming that's the strategy for dashless hundo. Well, it is possible, Link. Didn't you hear? Just do that. Just crystal flash elevator clip into it. You'll be fine. Would just snail clip? It's fair. Yeah, I guess dashless hundo would just have gravity at that point. All right, Link has made it back into Norfair. Gonna take the Frog Speedway here. Thorneto full again on super missiles. Gonna head back and do the Golden Chorizo fight. And Link is going to grab the save in Bubble Mountain, as opposed to Thorneto, who grabbed it in near Crocomire. And it looks like Link's going to grab this other reserve tank for just a little bit more safety. Possibly even the missile. Nope, going to skip the missile pack, which... I mean, if you only need to do that many 2 or 3 crystal flashes is fine, but missiles are pretty hard to come by in Lower Norfair. So if it's something that you're used to just being able to use disposably and you kind of need them later, I think that I would probably be picking up more, but I also have never done this, so the first time I would be picking up pretty much everything I could. Yeah, I could also call it most percent, except for that's not technically true because you could still do more percent. Unless you meant most in like a lazy way. Like, yeah, I did most of it. Alright, Thorneto just needing 5 more supers and can grab another refill and go on to get through the worst room in the game and beyond again. Alright, there's the full 30 supers. Alright, Link has grabbed a save, has saved in the above Croc. Gonna go grab the Nutella refill before heading over. You could technically do, if you wanted to do gravity suitless hundo, you could actually make the requirement of the category to have gravity suit be the last item that you get, which would be totally doable as far as the routing goes if you made the rule where you had to get everything else first and then pick up gravity suit to complete the 100. That would be silly. We don't do silly things in the Super Metroid community. It's all business here. Thorneto taking another death in the amphitheater. And Link has successfully made it through the lava dive. So he's right neck and neck again with Thorneto. So we've really got ourselves a barn burner here, ladies and gentlemen. So now this is where things get interesting. All right, both of our runners farming up supers to go fight Golden Chorizo. All right, Link's got the full 30. Grabs the screw attack. And it looks like Thorneto's going in with a little bit less supers than last time. After a couple fights, possibly feeling pretty comfortable, realizing doesn't really need to fill up all the way. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Link has 5 more supers at this point. From going to that room I messed up the name of earlier. But even though the super advantage on Link's side doesn't grab the supers before the fight starts, so the runners are actually fighting Golden Chorizo with the same amount of supers. All right, Thorneto finishes up the Golden Chorizo fight and grabs the supers and heads out. And Link has also finished off Golden Chorizo. And yeah, is gonna go ahead and take the refill before you really don't want to lose your reserve here. So it's going to take a refill. It's going to have to fill up some supers on the way out anyways. I mean, and at this point, you know, in the run with RBO, there's so many things that can go wrong that just making sure that you stay alive is pretty important. All right, Thorneto is taking the refill here at Golden Chorizo again before heading back over to Worst Room in the Game and Amphitheater. Sparks through the pillars, no problem. Yeah, Link does have 2 reserves. All right, Thorneto making Worst Room in the Game look pretty simple there. I believe has more energy than the last time even. He's getting ready to run through, hesitating just a little bit. Really wants to get this room over and done with. Doesn't land between the platforms, and so far so good. It's going to take a little bit safer route, not trying to get that wall jump that can be tricky right in front of the Golden Pirate, and has plenty of health to spare to get to Firefly Z tank for a refill. And Link going through, I mean, you're not intended to Crystal Flash at this point, but before you get to Firefly E-Tank, but could be a nice backup just in case. But Link making Worst Room in the Game look pretty simple too. Lines up to run into the amphitheater. And Thorneto is through with the Firefly E-Tank. He's going to go meet up with the three amigos here. And is looking to grab a save. So making some progress. No more golden chorizo for Thorneto. All right, Link makes it through to Fireflies. Is definitely going to be filling up some power bombs here. Thorneto is making his way through the wasteland. Waiting out the platform instead of K going through. He's going to have some metal ninja pirates here to deal with. Using speed strats on them, I suppose in this category, probably the optimal way to deal with those pirates. Link grabs the Firefly's E-Tank. Starts to make his way out of this room, which, while dark, is not always super simple. Looks to be lining up to jump over the top of the Ridley Claw and gets it. Thorneto setting up for Crystal Flash before heading into Ridley. Of course, you have to do a little bit of farming, I think, before you go in. Trying to will those bugs up a little bit faster. And I think is looking for super drops. I mean, the alternative being health isn't the worst thing, but really just wants to keep as much health as possible before going into Ridley. All right, Link is now headed into the wasteland, and Thorneto is into the Ridley fight. So good luck, Thorneto. It's going to start off with some X Factors, and then start with the supers. And just in case, needs to finish it off with some beam shots. Is gonna turn on the beams, the ice and the spacer. Link heads into the Metal Ninja Pirate room. Ridley doing a lot of floating here. There we go, back to the pogo strats. Thorneto gets him to turn around. And all right, gets picked up with plenty of health. So should be able to grab that Ridley E-Tank. And holds on to the reserve. So very nicely done. Though Thorneto not out of the woods yet. But definitely making some decent progress here in Lower Norfair. As Link is in the pre-Ridley room. Does need to get positioned to be able to Crystal Flash. He's going to go ahead and pause and pop the reserves to not make it quite as hectic here. I've heard that RBO low percent is being worked on. Now, to what extent that means, I don't have any clue. But I think I did hear somebody say last night that that's something that Zinni is working on. I'm sure there's more than Zinni working on it. I'm not sure about how actively either. All right, Link has Crystal Flashed. Wants those super drops from the bugs. Thorneto has made it back into the wasteland. He's going to pick up this power bomb's a shame. A little bit of safety here. Going to be able to crystal flash before heading on to the Three Musketeers. What's the super drop rate? It's good, Woody. If you didn't know, it's a good super drop rate. Yeah, exactly, PvB. A good percent of the time, those things drop supers. Oh, and 64-bit Link takes a stab from Ridley's tail. Ridley just not quite cooperating on the grab, I think. I think he had enough damage. But at least did grab the save before Wasteland. Wasteland. All right, as far as Norfair goes, we're on the home stretch here for Thorneto, heading into the Three Musketeers. Does get caught in the ass a little bit, but with Screw Attack, at least the Three Musketeers aren't really the problem there. And now has one room left and 528 health to get through. All right, Thorneto is back into Bubble Mountain, which means is now much safer. Congratulations, Thorneto, on getting through Lower Norfair and getting out. Very nicely done. All right, now Link is back into the pre-Ridley room. Thorneto's going to refill a little bit here. And is having a little bit of trouble with the health drops, but does have that reserve left. Could always have the reserve get popped and then head over to Nutella. But it looks like not an issue. Just going to head on through to the Frog Speedway. Definitely going to pick up some power bombs here. Link sets up for the Crystal Flash. Waits for the reserve to pop. Has to wait a little bit longer. Can start that at about 80, 70 energies. Is a pretty good time to be safe about a Crystal Flash while taking heat damage. And now he's going to go back and he's going to want to see super drops here. Oh, there's the rare regular missile. And health drops currently plaguing Link. All right, and he's got his 35 supers, so he's going to go in and start the fight up again with Ridley. Thorneto makes his way back into the Meridia tube room. He's going to have to use the crabs and fish to get through Main Street again. Really not being super nice here to Link. But does get pretty decent pogos off of the left side. But now is flying pretty high here. Link should have done enough damage, but does have to wait for Ridley to stop being a jerk and pick him up. And Ridley just pogos away there and unfortunately hits Link with the tail again. Thorneto back at the top of Main Street, freezing the crab, freezing the fish, and makes it up to the top, has one last crab to freeze and jump off of. And there he goes. So Thorneto back through Main Street for the second time. And Thorneto does have to be somewhat careful here. Not having a ton of health. Does have the goods to Crystal Flash if the health gets low enough, but could get caught in that sweet spot between where he is right now, where you can't Crystal Flash, but you can't really justify like damaging yourself down before bot wound, which with no suits can be pretty painful fight. But we'll hope that Thorneto doesn't have any issues. Probably will be grabbing a save here at the bottom of Aqueduct. All right, Link is back into the pre-Ridley room. Gonna be farming up some stuff on his way to the Idor, or Ghidorah, as it's actually called. Thorneto is going to attempt the grapple jump without killing these snails, which hopefully will work out just fine, but can be a little bit problematic later. All right, Link has the reserve pop, is getting ready to Crystal Flash. Then is definitely going to want to see those super drops. Thorneto gets, ooh, it's a nice little spin jump off of the grapple jump. Like that. It's pretty swaggy. All right, gets the Metroid frozen in place and clips through the crumble block. And now we will see Thorneto take on bot wound. Link is still not having the best of luck with supers, but has better luck than he did last time. So has about 150 more health here for a Ridley fight, if I'm not mistaken. Thorneto shooting some super missiles at bot wound. Takes 10 supers, 3,000 damage to kill bot wound. All right, Link is in the Ridley fight. Gets some good pogo action here out of Ridley. Ooh, some continued pogos to allow for... Ooh, Link does fall into the lava when going, or acid when going to pop that reserve though. So that's going to cost Link quite a bit. That's unfortunate, Link. Has some bad luck with that acid there. Thorneto getting the easy refill off of the bot wound E-Tank. Going to turn off high jump boots to again give himself a little bit more room between to mid-water jump, or mid-water morph, excuse me, through this little morph ball maze. Thorneto is going to refill on these bugs here with the grapple beam. Link is taking on the Metal Ninja Pirates again. and is about to head into the pre-Ridley room. And Thorneto is getting ready to head into the Coliseum, I think. And is using some grapple jump strategies to make this room a little bit faster. There's a nice spin jump again off the grapple jump. Does want to be careful in the sand. Underneath the sand are spikes, which do damage. And with no suits, do more damage than you're used to at this point in the run. And another spin jump off the grapple jump. So something that Thorneto looks to be pretty well practiced at. All right, Link has Crystal Flashed and is looking for some supers. And so far, so good. And has more health than the last fight. So good luck to Link. Thorneto gets through the Coliseum and takes the save. Full health. Ready to fight Dragon. And is going to have the Metroid damage Thorneto down, so you can do a Crystal Flash to get grabbed in the middle of the Crystal Flash and have it give you a Spark Suit somehow. Because that makes sense. There we go. Link getting grabbed by Ridley with a couple hundred health left and full reserve. So very nicely done. Gets that Ridley fight. Gonna go ahead and pop a little bit of the reserve. Give himself enough time to get into the room and grab the Ridley E-Tank. Is gonna farm a little bit on the way out. Wants enough to Crystal Flash for safety on the way out of Lower Norfair. All right, yeah, let's go Link. All right, Thorneto looking to set up a Crystal Flash, and it looks like Dragon has stopped swooping. Gets hit with the goop and gets grabbed, so I believe that is what gives you the actual suit. And now is looking to set up a quick grapple kill on Dragon. Doesn't quite get it quick, so hopefully Dragon's not a little too tail happy here. And Link has farmed the comfortable amount, or at least the required amount, to Crystal Flash. And is going to make his way, begin his journey out of Lower Norfair. And it looks to be using Screw Attack on these enemies on the way out, just to try to get as many last-minute drops as possible. Thorneto is trying again for the grapple kill. Does get that top electrical outlet. And that is a dead Dragon. And it looks like Link's going to take the Crystal Flash here before getting out of Wasteland. And Thorneto has grabbed the space jump. All right, let's go, Link. You can make it. And Thorneto is now setting up to grapple jump out of the Dragon room, which requires you to bounce off the corner of that little thing and then start the grapple jumps using the momentum from that bounce. And there are actually 2 grapple outlets in that socket, and you have to make sure that you're in the right one, which is the bottom one that Thorneto is using. If you're in the top one, I don't believe that you can hit that grapple jump. Thorneto does have enough ammo to Crystal Flash here. Give himself a little bit more wiggle room to try out this grapple jump. You can do it one from the top. Okay. Oh, I can't do it at all, but other people can do it one from the top, apparently, according to Al. All right, Link did not take the save on the way out, it looks like. And isn't willing to take the acid bath here. Definitely want to make sure use a screw attack to get through those key hunters there, the 3 musketeers. And it's going to be pretty tight for Link here. And Link makes it. 33 health left. Thorneto taking the refill. Still not quite out of the Dragon pit. And I'm hearing speed booster noises, but I don't know why. And it looks like we got a reset. Did Thorneto accidentally use the spark thing? No, did not. Just not enough energy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that noise started happening. All right, Link is going for a little bit of a refill here. Gonna go ahead and turn off the ice beam to make a little bit faster farming. Thorneto setting up for getting ready to try to grapple kill. And it looks like consumed or at least activated. I'm not really sure how those suits work, how they're used, to be honest. But does take care of Dragon again. Gonna grab the drops and space jump. And Link continuing to farm here. As Thorneto starts the grapple jump tries again. Has enough ammo to Crystal Flash twice, which is going to go ahead and do here once. take another shot at these grapple jumps. There we go. Thorneto gets out of the Dragon. Now has to get out of the Precious Room, which is what the spark is for. Just lines up on that tile and gets out of there, and now we'll be able to use the grapple beam to jump through this room and save on the way out. So nicely done, Thorneto. All right, Link is making his way to Meridia. Thorneto making nice use of that space jump through the Coliseum. And is going through Cack Alley. Oh, right, because you do Forgotten Highway. And gets through the Cack Alley. Which does not look easy without any suits. And a very nice fish freeze by Link to start off Main Street. It was nice. Like right at the last minute, getting the freeze on the fish to be able to use it as a platform. And has a couple more critters he needs to use his stepping stones. Thorneto goes to grab the plasma beam. Before heading on to Phantoon. Using the space jump on these pink pirates. As Link makes his way to the very top of Main Street. Gets that last crab jump. Kills some fish and some crabs. Zapping him with the grapple beam. And is going to just swing across this room. Like grapple underwater with no suits. It's like with suits is actually, I think, way harder, but getting to do it basically with slow motion physics, which is after you practice a little bit in the water, is kind of how everything feels. But Link makes his way into the aqueduct. He's going to grab a save here, as Thorneto has made it to the purple elevator of Forgotten Highway. It is on his way to fight Phantoon. Link gets ready to start the aqueduct grapple jumps again. And gets it first try for the second go around. Very nice. Thorneto really making quick work of Forgotten Highway. Looks to be trying to Kago into the Kago. Okay. And into this Kago. Thorneto doing a little Kago percent. All right, and has backdoored into the wrecked ship as Link, having already taken down Botwoon, doesn't get the luxury of getting the E-Tank refill there, but turns off the high jump boots to allow a little bit more time to do the mid-water morph. I would imagine we'll be farming up on some of the bugs here before making his way into the Coliseum. All right, and Thorneto has made his way all the way to Fantoon here in the wreck ship. Where, well, we won't be able to do microwave like we do in GT Classic, but with the Spazer Beam, shouldn't have too much trouble. I believe if you do the 4 missiles and 1 plasma charge shot, I think that you can 2-round Fantoon. And it looks like either my math is wrong. Well, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing any math. I'm just guessing. Either my guess is wrong or Thorneto missed a missile at some point, but takes care of Fantoon in 3 rounds. As Link navigates through the Coliseum. I'm not even doing math. I did math earlier and it was too hard. And that was only like trying to add 4 and 5 and 3. There's nothing surprising there, Nintoaster. It's just your American public school systems in motion. All right, Thorneto has made it out of the wrecked ship. Yeah. As the great Coach McGurk once said, anything in life that's hard is not worth doing, like snowboarding, martial arts, or math. And we all know that Coach McGurk is a really good, just a great inspiration to all of us. Thorneto gets one of the most exciting moonfalls in the game to head back to Kraid. Link sets up to start the Dragon fight. It has the power bombs lined up here. Takes a little bit of damage off of the electrical outlet. And it looks like has a goop pattern from Dragon. So it gets grabbed. And now is looking to set up the quick grapple kill. So gets another goop pattern, it looks like. Guitarmageddon is a great episode of Home Movies. Personally, one of my favorites is Shore Leave. All right, Link has taken care of Dragon, is about to go grab, after the drop, is going to grab the space jump. Thorneto sets up, doesn't quite get the quick kill. Is going to allow Kraid to stretch his legs just a little bit. Shore Leave, it might be an episode of Star Trek, but it's an episode of Home Movies where Bridget spends the night at Fenton's house and Melissa joins the Fairy Princesses. And it's a classic. All right, Link sets up for the grapple jump and gets it. First try. Very nicely done, Link. He's now lining up, using the spark, and he escapes the Dragon Pit. He's going to be able to go and grab a save and head to the Forgotten Highway, but very nicely done. Nice Meridia from 64-bit Link. Uh-oh, he's caught in the spikes. No! Get out of there. Oh, no. Oh, I jinxed him. That is... Oh, poor Link. I mean, he's got the save. He's got to go do it again, but... And he can clearly do it. But, that sucks. Alright, Thorneto's got all of the bosses down in reverse order. Gonna make his way up the red tower. And gonna reverse through Brinstar to go to Turian. Link is gonna get ready for another fight with Dragon here. Hopefully this one goes as smoothly as the first. Some nice space jump movement from Thorneto through the Green Hill Zone. I think Powerbomb is a little bit late there, and Powerbomb takes out all the goop, preventing him from getting grabbed. But he's just going to have to wait Dragon out a little bit here as far as swoops go. And it looks like we've got another goop pattern here. Thorneto taking the green Brinstar elevator. Going to be at Turian here in less than a minute. All right, Link gets the Crystal Flash grab and is now going to set up for the... Oh, and uses the spark, so he's going to have to reset. Setting up for that grapple kill. As Thorneto has entered the Golden Four. As he watches the crystals explode in the opposite order that he killed the bosses in. All right, the statue has been defeated. He'll be able to enter Turian here shortly as Link damages down just a little bit to set up for this Crystal Flash again. All right, Dragon takes a swoop and then starts a goop pattern. Link gets off the Crystal Flash and gets grabbed by Dragon. So now I can go ahead and start setting up the grapple kill again. So Thorneto is making his way through Turian, gets all the Metroids in the first room and onto the second. Needs to disconnect these Metroids with the bombs. There he goes. Gets him with the jump method. Gets through the third Metroid room, and Link takes a reset. I didn't really see what happened there. I was watching Metroid rooms. All right, and Thorneto is through all the Metroid rooms and is going to go to the baby cutscene after avoiding the Dust Chorizo. He done goofed. Well, you can't really put it more succinctly than that, I suppose. And it looks like Thorneto's setting up for baby skip here. And I think he got it. Very nice. I think he has to take the refill anyways, though. But still, very nicely done. It's good practice either way. All right, Link set up for the Crystal Flash again. Dragon takes a swoop. Looks to be starting a goop pattern here. Gets the Crystal Flash and gets grabbed. So now Link is going to go set up for this grapple kill. Thorneto, very nicely done. First try Zeb skip. And it's going to leave the Rinkas on screen. Take them out there. The Rinkas, of course, when you freeze them, they actually respawn at the rate of as they would come unfrozen, as opposed to when you don't have Ice Beam, they just basically immediately respawn. All right, Link has been grabbed by Dragon. Doesn't want too many tail hits here. Doesn't want any more tail hits here. Oh, Dragon spanks Link to death. Something that some people here might enjoy. But not Link, unfortunately, for him. Thorneto in the Mother Brain fight. And into the catch-up phase. And setting up for the stand-up glitch. Gets hit by the rainbow beam. And then damages down. Oh, I guess doesn't have to anymore. But it's going to stay off the ground. So when the baby comes in for the cutscene, it will not be locked to the ground. We'll be able to use charge shots on Mother Brain during the cutscene, damaging her down further to do less hyper beam shots, which does save a little bit of time, depending on how well you do it. Link electrocutes himself to death, unfortunately. Not sure if hung on a little bit too long or if Dragon also hit him while he was in the wall. But continuing forward. Wasn't paying attention. All right. Well, that'll do it. That'll get you. All right. Thorneto backing up here with the baby. Oh, that's my stream that's lagging, not anything happening. You can get caught on Mother Brain's leg. You can also get into a spot where basically the baby like won't die, which would cause a soft lock. But looks like that is being avoided as of right now. Last couple shots off before getting control of the hyper beam. There we go. I think that was 4 shots for the 4th Thorneto. So that was a really good stand-up. Very nicely done. All right, Link. There's a swoop from Dragon. All right, the goop pattern has started. So he gets the crystal flash and gets grabbed as Thorneto has a emergency in Franker Z and starts the escape. All right, Link is setting up again for this grapple kill. Oh, and uses the spark up again. So he's gonna have to take the save here. Thorneto makes his way into the Leodox room. And makes pretty good work of the Leodox room before sparking up the shaft. All right, Thorneto makes his way onto the ship with an official SRL time of 2 hours and 21 seconds. Good game to Thorneto, the winner of the RBO bout between him and 64-bit Link. Good game. And thank you for switching the audio, whoever did that. Appreciate that. And we are joined by Thorneto. Good game. Hello.
Sorry about that. Hello.
A good game,
Thanks for the
Thorneto.
GGs.
Yeah.
Thank you for the GG.
Were you expecting to play RBO tonight?
To be completely honest with you, no, not at all.
Did you practice any for it at all?
Not in the past few days, but I was doing quite a lot of runs 2 weeks ago when it was one of the options, so I felt fairly prepared. Unfortunately, Amphitheater happened, and then it happened again, and then it happened again, but you know.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I've never even tried RBO, so I'm always impressed by watching people do this. I was really excited to see that was what was selected.
Yeah, me too, to be honest. I was really hoping to get to race this. So I'm glad that 64-bit went for it. Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, that was fun. So now that you've done it in a race setting, is there anything that are you gonna look to improve this category on your own time at this point, or just kind of what are you gonna be doing after the tournament?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I definitely have a lot of time to save. I got a really nice couple gold splits in that, so I know I have. I would like to get a deathless run of RBO for sure. But I think when the tournament's over, I might go back to just grinding my 90% time down back down, to be honest. I got my sub 50 and then I kind of just left it alone, so. think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Are you the type of runner that, like, when you get to one of those plateau points or even just like one of those main goal points, do you like to take a step back, or you just kind of depend on how?
Yeah, I tend to, like, when I meet one of my milestones, I'll switch kind of to another category. I like the multi-category tournament's good for me because I like to jump around a lot and kind of run everything I can. I've never done low percent, but I'm probably going to try a run of that this week.
What is your favorite category to run usually?
Honestly, probably just regular any percent. But I like the variety, to be honest. So switching it up is what I like the most. Not getting too stale on any one category.
How long have you been playing Super Metroid, and how did you get into speedrunning?
Basically, I started playing the game when I was a kid. It was one of the first games I ever had. So I played it casually my whole life, but I never started running until last summer. I kind of discovered the whole randomizer thing on YouTube, and that got me interested. So I started playing some randomizers and learning a bunch of tricks. And then one day I just decided to try a run. I've kind of always followed Super Metroid speedruns. Like, I've watched Zos GDQ runs for years and years, but I've never actually tried until about 8, 9, 10 months ago or something like that. That's when I started.
Wow, but you're already doing RBO and all bosses.
Yeah, I'm pretty much playing this every day now, so
Wow,
been grinding
that's really
the heck out of
impressive.
it. Thank you.
I too got started through randomizers, but it was more like 3 years ago, and
Yeah.
I currently have 7 days of practice in 80% as far as vanilla.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
but I'm super impressed by hearing that you've basically just been given it.
Yeah, not even to the 1 year mark, so just gonna see where it takes me.
Well, hopefully you join us for our next randomizer league season. Then.
Yeah, I actually joined the SMZ3 1v1 tournament. My first opponent's Ivan, so that's gonna go. I was like, well, I have an advantage that I'm good at Super Metroid, so I'll try to use that as my strength. It's like, first opponent's Ivan. Like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, though.
Yeah, no, it'll be really fun though. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I'll probably get into some just more SM randomizers soon. But I've been having fun with vanilla, so that's what I've been focused on.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go catch some dinner though, so I'll watch the rest of the 64 bits run here, and thanks everyone for the GGs. Thanks for commentating.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us for an interview, and congratulations again. And we'll see you in your next.
Sounds good. Have a good one, everyone.
All right, Link is, even though he's used the spark, has enough to Crystal Flash one more time. So Link is going to try to damage himself down here and get a goop pattern going so he can get another suit. So won't have the luxury of being able to Crystal Flash after the Dragon fight, which, yeah, you don't really get fully refilled from the Crystal Flash when Dragon grabs you. But now is going to wait. Going to lay a power bomb. Doesn't want to get grabbed on this side, as getting into plugging into one of those electrical outlets is a little bit more difficult on the right side than the left. And Dragon swoops twice. Gonna hope for gets a third swipe there, or swoop. And there again is the goop pattern. So another crystal or power bomb gonna be laid to not get grabbed. And Link will go back to the left side of the room. And Dragon is getting A little bit swoop happy here. There's like, what was that, 5 in a row before a goop pattern? Oh, and he gets gooped. So he gets grabbed. So I think at this point, you might as well just, no, he's going to wiggle out. I might have just committed, but it might have taken a while to be able to actually hit that electrical outlet. And here we go. We got a left side goop pattern here. All right, Link is hoping to not get spanked too much here. Come on, Dragon. Oh, yeah, and just a little bit too much pain for pleasure there. But we believe in Link. Glad to see him keep going here. All right, Link has taken out all the electrical outlets. It's now setting up for the Crystal Flash. Link gets quite a bit of energy off that Crystal Flash before getting grabbed there. So now he's setting up again for the grapple kill. Gets a goop spark or goop sequence on the left side and gets grabbed. And it looks like he's gonna wiggle out. Wants to get that lower electrical outlet. And gets the right side goop spark. So he's gonna roll away and lay a power bomb. Try to play this safe. Goes back over to the left side. Oh, and he uses up his spark. So it looks like he might go to damage himself down to... Oh, nope, just going to take the reset. Link takes a little bit too much damage off the Metroids there. Takes one last bit of damage on after the door transition. So, but sets himself up pretty nicely for being able to start the Crystal Flash sequence here against Dragon. Takes out the outlets. And damages himself down just below 50, so he can attempt some more Crystal Flashes. A couple more swoops from Dragon. And it looks like a goop pattern starting, so Link is going to go for the Crystal Flash. Doesn't get grabbed and actually just gets bonked by Dragon, which is going to cost him his life. But onward for Link. Damaging himself down, going to grab a save here to not have to continue to do that before having another, hopefully not another fight with Dragon. This is the kind of thing that you do and it, like, you jinx yourself. So that's what I'm hoping that Link just did. It's like where you go and take the extra step and an extra save just to be like, well, that way next time. But then there turns out to not be a next time because you just do it. So we're all cheering for you, Link. We all hope that that's what happens here. Alright, damages himself down just a little bit on the electrical outlet. Sets up again for Crystal Flashes. Alright, Link gets the Crystal Flash again, now sets up for the grapple kill. Gets grabbed by Dragon. He did flash a little bit there. Not sure what that means. All right, gets the grapple kill on Dragon. And is going to go ahead and Crystal Flash during this cutscene. Go grab the space jump. So now Link gets to do the grapple jump out of the Dragon pit, which he did get first try. So we're going to hope that that happens again for Link. If he doesn't get there, he does have enough ammo to Crystal Flash one more time, but Link doesn't need ammo to Crystal Flash one more time. Link is hanging up the trench coat and the tube socks. He has done as much flashing as an individual on Hollywood Boulevard, but hopefully for now he's done. And he gets out of the spikes, and he's able to grab the save and make his way out of Meridia. Good job, Link. Way to keep going. So now he's going to make his way to the Forgotten Highway. Which does involve a suitless Cack Attack, or Cack Alley, not Cack Attack Alley. Using space jump to bounce off the water and get a wall jump there. He's going to use Space Jump to stay out of the water as long as possible. He's avoiding damage off the spikes. Just trying to play it safe at this point and get a couple missiles along the way. Super missiles, particularly. He needs to jump out of that little ledge. Which is basically a jump out and immediate turnaround to try to hit the wall jump out of the water. And there you go. Bounces off of the surface of the water with Space Jump and gets his wall jump out of the room. Can continue through here. Does have to be careful here because of the little yapping maws. Or no, that's the wrong room. They're in a different room. And Link is making his way to Plasma. In the room above that, that's right. Alright, he makes it up the Plasma shaft to head into the Plasma room. Where already having Screw Attack can just tumble into these pink pirates here. Gets zapped by a French fry there, but is still going to go ahead and take care of all those pirates with no problem and grab the Plasma Beam. And is going to make his way over to the Lost Highway. And here's the room that I was talking about with the yapping maws in the floor. Oh no! And Link falls into the sand, so he's going to have to go back through the water there, but not the biggest setback. Just a minor inconvenience at this point. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Link. I know you're just trying to help me out, like give me the visualization of where the yapping maws actually are in the game. So next time I'm doing commentary, I don't say the wrong thing again. So I appreciate your help. All right, and pink elevator, or I'm sorry, the purple elevator has been found by Link, so he's gonna make it through the rest of the way of Forgotten Highway. And while Link makes his way through the Forgotten Highway, don't you forget to give these runners a follow if you're not following them already. And while Link is continuing on through the Forgotten Highway, again, another shout out to our sponsors of the Super Metroid multi-category tournament, Balls Guarana and Mega Cat Studios. Again, putting up a $750 prize purse for the runners today. Or, well, not just today, but for the duration of the tournament, even. So, shout outs to those guys. Ooh, freezing the pancake to use it as a ledge. I like that strategy. And no water in that room, in that wrecked ship. And no active spikes. So spiky room of death is not so scary at this point. Yeah, I know Link. I know Link also does some SMZ3. I know he will also be participating in the SMZ3 tournament. Play some randomizers here and there. For a little while, he was doing some Skyward Sword speedruns, if I remember right, too. All right, and Link has made it into the Fantoon room. The flames still do quite a bit of damage. I think it's like 80 with no suits, but shouldn't really be an issue. Link being the seasoned Super Metroid player that he is. And there he goes, 2-round Fantoon. So he did hit all the regular missiles with the charge shots. But takes out Fantoon, his third boss. And will now be able to route towards Kraid. Getting ready to do a little flying over the ocean here. Some reverse ocean fly, if you will. Avoids the missiles on the stick. Heads back through the top of Red Tower. It does take a little bit of a hit off the spikes in that flower room. Link making use of the space jump on his way to Kraid. Does have to jump through an exploded pipe, so it's gonna kind of line up and jump through the door. Get ready for that. No problem. All right, and Link has made it into the Kraid Jr. hallway. And is going to set up for the quick kill here. Lays a power bomb, which I believe is for lag reduction. When he freezes the hand down, but I think he shot the super missile just a little bit too early. Kratos closes his mouth and stretching his legs. But the hand is frozen down, which does make this portion a little bit more simple. Just has to make sure he actually gets the shots over when Kraid opens his mouth, and there is a dead Kraid. So Link's going to go grab the various suit and head on to Mother Brain. All right, Link back through the Kraid Jr. hallway. Lays the power bomb to exit the Kraid area. And we'll be heading back through Brinstar, I believe, also to head into Turian. It's going to make his way up the red tower. That one tile ledge is pretty easy to fall off of. But screw attack through the floor. Now we'll see him make his way through here. Reverse new bridge. And just doing some quick jumps, low jumps, not going for the space jump strategy back through that room, through the Green Hill Zone. Gets back into Big Pink. That lettuce leaf's going hard. But Link gets by him, doesn't have to put him down with the screw attack. He's gonna jump over the whatever the speed ostrich's actually name is. Pit? Decora, I think. Sounds close to a made-up name from this game. And has made his way to the top of the green Brinstar elevator. And he'll be over to Golden 4 in less than a minute. And while we're waiting on Golden 4, if you have the desire to watch more of the Super Metroid, if you have a desire to hear a commentator that doesn't mumble, there are some upcoming races. I think there's one more tonight at midnight Eastern. and that'll be Azure and Mr. Guy Average. And then we have a whole slew of races. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them on Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them on Saturday, and 3 of them so far on Sunday. Link is into the first Metroid room. Takes care of those. We'll be heading into the second one now. But yeah, we've got some really great races coming up over the course of the weekend. Of course, tomorrow evening, I mean, not to downplay any of the other races, but tomorrow evening we have the Sloters versus Zos race and the Shiny Zenny versus Real Cutie. So both of our undefeated matchups are happening Friday. I mean, but even as early as noon. Oh wait, that's the midnight one. As 2:30 p.m. tomorrow, or well, after the midnight one, technically. It's more tomorrow for me. That's when we've got Crocomeyer versus Stump, 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Fruit Bat, Salad, and Inmit. 6 p.m. we've got Balthazar and J-Chalk. 7 p.m. is when the Sloters and Zost match happens. At 8 p.m. we've got Polar Bear Bunny and Cash Mod, and then the Friday races wrap up at 11 p.m. with Shiny Zenny versus a Real Cutie. On Saturday, starting at 1 p.m., we've got Aussie versus Toasty. At 2 p.m., we've got Mass Hysteria and Timo-chun. 2:30, Papa Schmo and Jargle Bargle. Nevdi and Beeps is at 5 p.m., 7 p.m., Richmond and Mr. J Giggles. And then 9:30 p.m., wrapping up the Saturday games, is Maniacal and Kishmo, who have already offered to bless us with more RBO. So if you want to see more RBO racing, make sure that you hang out with us on Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. And then Sunday, so far on the schedule, 11 a.m., we've got Diddy and Woody. At 4 p.m., we have Azo and Mumu Didi. And then 8 p.m., we finish up the evening with Galamaz and Derp. So, yeah, 15 races, I think, on the schedule just between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make sure that if you're around and you got nothing to do, which I think most of us at this point in time don't have much going on, you can always come and hang out and watch some more Super Metroid multi-category tournament. All right, Link makes it through the Zebetite. And he is onto Mother Brain 1. He's going to take out the Rinkas and just start blasting some missiles. And Mother Brain 1 has been taken care of. And he's going to start the Mother Brain 2 fight. He does need to be a little bit careful with his health here. Takes an onion ring to the face. Really doesn't want to take any more hits, though. I believe can dip into the reserves if absolutely necessary to still be able to do stand up. It has reached the catch-up phase. So as long as nothing unfortunate happens, yeah, it's perfectly lined up to just take a rainbow beam and get ready for the cutscene. So Mother Brain 2 has been completed for Link. And we'll just watch as the baby swoops in and almost takes care of business. Oh, Link has damaged himself down a little bit too much. The reserves go off. But thankfully from the reserves is able to recover a little bit. Doesn't get double hit on Mother Brain's knee. And now is starting the cutscene, waiting to begin stand-up. So Link lines up, has knelt, and is pretty far forward. Doesn't have X-ray to stand up. Oh, gets kneed in the Metroid by Mother Brain, which lets him stand back up. So that's good. I wasn't really sure how that was going to work out. Isn't going to get as many shots as they would like in during the stand-up, but at least didn't soft lock. So that's good. All right, accepts the hyper beam from the Metroid. And is going to start blasting again. And that is a dead Mother Brain. Just waits for Mother Brain to tilt its head back and dissolve, and can now start making his escape to the ship. Alright, dashes through the speed blocks, makes his way into the Leodoc's room. Doesn't have any issues in here. Dashes and uses the spark up to the top of the shaft, and is going to head back into the parlor. Alright, makes his way through parlor, jumps onto the ship, and has finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 15 seconds. So good game to 64-bit Link. I believe that is a RBO PB for Link. So congratulations. All right, and we are joined by 64-bit Link. I'm really glad to see you stay with it, Link. Fortunately, not getting the win, but getting a PB in RBO. How did you think that? How did you feel about what?
The whole Dragon fiasco frustrates me a lot because I would have had it first try if I didn't miss a wall jump on the way back up in Coliseum to the save room and fall into the sand and hit the spikes and die. And then it just like it took like a dozen attempts to get both Dragon to behave and me to not blow the spark too early.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I was so excited when you got through Dragon and out using the grapple jump on that first one that I basically was just like, well, he's got it from here, folks, and then just stopped really paying attention. And then it was like, oh, he died in the same.
Yeah, it was, because the thing with it is that, and why it took so many attempts too, is it's a pretty specific timing for basically So when you saw like me get grabbed and then flash for a second, basically what was happening was I was starting a shine spark and getting immediately interrupted by Dragon grabbing me, which is how I got a blue suit. Because basically the crystal flash at the start of the fight is to set up a flash suit to give me the ability to do that shine spark, but the problem is it's really easy to accidentally use that shine spark, and it's very, very difficult to grapple jump without blowing the flash suit too early, which is why almost everybody who does RBO goes for that blue suit. And it's just the timing for getting that blue suit is very specific, and you saw the number of times that I did it early and just sparked right into the ceiling.
I mean, I learned a lot tonight. I don't know much about RBO, which is not great when somebody needs to explain it. But yeah, so that's actually good information for me for the next time I do commentary.
Yeah, but yeah, it was basically like, yeah, that was, I mean, it was that, and Ridley wasn't necessarily nice, but that kind of goes without saying. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, Ridley, I think. Yeah, I was just like taking random tail hits that I shouldn't have taken, but eventually I managed to get it. I had a really scary escape because I fell into the acid at some point early in the escape, took way too much damage, so I crystal flashed way before I actually wanted to, but luckily I had barely enough health to make it out of Lower Norfair.
Yeah, that was I think that maybe a bigger problem with Ridley was also the missile drops before you went in there on a couple of the attempts. Like, you were just not, you only needed like 5 and they just weren't really happy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just a reality of the category, is you're kind of depending on getting the drops you need, and sometimes the Zebos just don't give you what you want. And I mean, the health ones aren't terrible because at least you're getting some of that health back. The ones that are awful is when you get regular missile and power bomb drops from them, because then you're just wasting time, and when you're in a heated room, time is health.
Yeah.
And especially for that Ridley fight, is like you want to have as much health entering the Ridley room as possible. And like, especially me being relatively inexperienced with the category, like, I mean, I picked up almost every safety in the game you can get, and even I struggled with it. It shows that, I mean, it's completable by, like, I'd say like pretty much anyone who wants to complete the category can complete it, just taking all the safeties I was taking. But like, it will take a while, and it will take a lot of deaths and retrying.
Yeah. So going into this week, were you planning on picking RBO, or was it more of a last minute?
I mean, I was heavily thinking about it over the course of the week, and like, because it was basically between, because I know like the less experienced runner, the lower seed runner, I knew like my best bet was to just do some volatile category and hope that like I could pull an upset just because of the volatility of the category. And I knew like if I actually did first try Ridley and first try Dragon, I would have something around 2 hours. because that's about what my sum of bests is. Because prior to this, I've had 2 successful runs. One that had like first try Ridley and a billion fails at Dragon, and one that had a billion fails at Ridley and then like a second try Dragon. So I knew I had a ton of time to save in the category. And like the other option being GT Classic, my thought with that was mostly the GT Classic is just so heavily dependent on the green gate glitch, and I have been horribly inconsistent with it. So I basically just figured, what the hell, I'll just do RBO and, I mean, just do something different. And I mean, I have a good shot of PBing in the race, and I at least managed that despite Ridley and Dragon doing their absolute hardest to prevent me from doing so.
That's true. Yeah, well, congratulations on that again. And then yeah, I don't think I have any other questions. Do you have anything else that you
Just thanks for the commentary, and thanks to the SpeedGaming people and the tournament organizers.
Right on. Well, thank you for joining us for the interview, and we will see you next race. And after that, we've got 6 minutes until there is a race on Speed Gaming 2 between Azure and Mr. Guy Average. And we've got Polar Bear Bunny on commentary. So if you're not too tired or you've got nothing going on, we've got more Super Metroid coming your way. So make sure you stick around. I am Android Dreams. Thank you so much for having me on commentary. Once again, Super Metroid multi-category tournament sponsored by Balls Guarana and Mega Cat Studios. Those guys putting up the prize purse of $750. So thank you very much for your support in this tournament. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in a few minutes on Speed Gaming 2.